I'm seated here driving one special unique car. One of one in Kenya or maybe East Africa, subject to confirmation. 503 horsepower, 650 Newton meters of torque. A coupe, stylish, beautiful, carbon fiber. And I'm wondering, is 15 million Kenya shillings too much to spend on this car? Or spend it and do this in 1, 2, 3. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Conversation Kanisa, and this is what 15 million can get you. Wow! 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 Let me tell you, at this point, at this minute, if you gave me 15 million Kenya shillings, I will never think twice. I'll actually buy myself a 2021 BMW M3 competition G82. Roll the cameras. We will never have the perfect chance and opportunity to ever own and drive the BMW M3 stroke M4 if it were not for Mercedes-Benz. And the year is back in the 1980s, specifically 1983. And which car do we have from the Mercedes-Benz side? We have the W201 190E, powered by a 2.3-liter engine, okay, with a cylinder head from a company called Cosworth. 16 valves, my friend. And that car was giving BMW a run for their money, because back then they had a 3 Series that was competing in the same class as this car, but it was limited with the 325i. And so they needed something interesting, they needed something more captivating, more powerful, more interesting. So the owners of BMW sat down with M-Sport division, watu walikuwa wanashughulikia power, and they came up with the first ever BMW E30 M3. Again, being powered by 2.3, same setup of engine, just like the 190E. And there is where the beginning of rivalry between Mercedes-Benz and BMW began. It is a company sharpening another company to build one of the most interesting, enthusiastic, perfect performance and now luxury car that you can own and drive in the entire world. Fast forward on the BMW side, we slowly graduated into the E36. Come on, just gracing the perfection and beauty of what the E30 had done. Fast forward, one of the best, interesting M3 ever on the E46 platform. And that has so many things in similarity with the car that I'm going to review today. And I'm going to tell you more about that, because not only was it powered by a 6-cylinder, it was also the first E46 that gave us a glimpse of what a proper touring could look like. Sawa, and it had a few other things that I will tell you once we get to the car that I'm going to review today, because it is one of the best cars that you can own today in 254. Forget the entire world if you have the money. Talk about the money, talk about 15 million Kenya shillings. Fast forward, we moved from the E46, went into the E90 era. My friend, now the E90 brought a huge difference and set a totally new page for the M3. In this way, one, it gave us the first ever V8. Yeah? Hey, V8, my friend. V8, this is the only M3 ever to drive on a V8. It had 2 options of a V8, a 4-liter and a 4.4, naturally aspirated. At this point, you didn't have turbos, and that is one of the best sounding engine that you can have on an M3. Again, as fate will have it, we graduated pole. On the E90, we had the E90, the E92, and the E93, depending whether you want to buy the sedan, you want to buy the coupe, or you want to buy the convertible. And with all that glory of the V8s, the M-Sport division in BMW sat down and said, I believe it's high time we go back to our roots. And roots here, I'm taking you back to the E46, one of the most capable analog driver-centric M3 ever built. And they said, so what do we do? So they came up with a plan. One, to take back the next generation of the M3 to the 6 cylinders straight, but make it better. Slap there 2 turbos, not 1. And number 2, they went ahead and split the M3 and the M4 into 2 different cars. Now, on the next generation, which is the F80, you have the F80 for the M3 and the F82 for the M4, which is quite beautiful. And that again transitioned all the way to the current car that I'm going to review today, which again, as we speak, I want to say it, but let me just say it. It is the only one we have in the country and possibly East Africa. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you to one of the most interesting, capable performance with a touch of luxury, BMW M competition G82 M4 X-Drive. Let's begin this dance. On this one, I had to remove my conversation jumper because we have to get seriously into what this car. Now, let me take you back a little bit in time. On the E30 platform, BMW gave us a sneak peek of a pickup variant of the E30. And people loved it, but they never gave us a car we can buy. Hapo tuko sawa? On the E46, BMW again on April Fool's Day teased a touring variant. Okay guys, touring is more like a station wagon variant of this. But again, they only made one. We never got them fully in production. We had to wait until 2020 or 2021 when we had the first ever touring on an M3. See there, similarities. You had a teaser on the E46, you now have a real product on the G80 stock G82. BMW for you, okay? Another similarity, we had a ZF transmission on the E46, and we also have a ZF transmission on the G30. The only difference is, on the E46, it was a 6-speed manual. On the G80, it is an 8-speed automatic. Let's get into this review. Now, what you're looking at is a piece of art, and one of the most controversial things, openly and obviously, if you look at this car, here's the front fascia. And I must give a big shout out to, of course, Sinos, because this car has been tuned by Sinos. Na hawa mnajua hawachezi na maneno. If you talk about tuning, then you know this is the home of tuning of such kind of cars. And I won't mention the guy who's made this possible, but he's one of the best guys we've met. He gave us one gift in the early days when I took charge as the host of Conversation. Akatupatia our first ever draghi. So kama mmekuwa kwa channel long enough, mnakumbuka ile GLC 63S tulifanya? Yeah, that's the gentleman. So he's made it possible again for us to have this car. Controversial, a huge open kidney grille. Yes, it's a big thing. Most people complained about it, but it's something that will grow on you if you keep this car or if you own this car. However, not only is it controversial in terms of how it looks and how big it is, it's actually functional because the engine that is under the hood requires the functionality of a big grill. It will be an injustice kuweka grill ndogo hapa because the air that is needed to cool this engine when you're boosting the power out of it will not be sufficient. So this to me, perfecto. The spec of this car, this is an M competition. It's an M4 competition. Let me give you a split of the levels if you're planning to buy an M3 or an M4. So the best level, you have the normal M4 or M3, okay? Detuned, less power. Maybe you'll be pushing around 473 horses. And then above it, you have the M4 or M3 competition. Remember the base on either the M4 or the M3 comes standard with 6-speed manual transmission. Standard. So you don't get an option of an automatic, okay? But when you move up now to the M4 competition, again, on the M3 base and M4 base, you don't get the option of having an X-Drive. X-Drive is AWD system on the BMW side. So when you move up, you get the M4 competition or M3 competition. Now hapa, you have an option of getting it as an X-drive variant, and number 2, you also get standard 8-speed ZF transmission. Above it, you now get special models like the M4 competition CSL, or you get the M4 competition CS. Now those are track focused, unique setup that you need if you're a guy who wants an extreme, powerful M3 or M4. So when you see this badging, I need you to remember that this is the second in hierarchy in terms of power and output. You have some carbon fiber attachments going on at the front here, and these are active vents, meaning air goes in through that. You have one, your intercooler on that side, and another intercooler on this side for cooling. Again, remember I've told you before, intercoolers are what cools down the air before it is pumped using the turbochargers into your engine, which translates to more power. And the brakes also, they have an active vent here which cools the brakes, and we'll talk about that when we are rolling to the side profile after I have taken my juice. Now come to the side profile. I want to make it very simple and easy. I want to ask you a question. Sometimes in life you get to a point where you need to spend 15 million in a different way. Whoever is buying this car, struggling is not your portion. It's a car, this is a toy. This is a car that you buy to enjoy. This is a car that you buy to experience. So on the side profile, again, if you get it on M3, it will be a four-door sedan. So you'll have extra doors here. And then one of my most favorite will be, of course, the Touring. And I want Fabian to put a picture of the Touring here. It's one of the best looking. Touring or wagons have been a thing between Mercedes-Benz and BMW. Unfortunately, the Mercedes-Benz iligeuka zikaanza kuwa kama Haas, but I reckon the new C-Class Touring is fantastic, which is what actually rivals this. So on that one, I believe they scored perfectly, each one squarely. But I would rather settle with this one because I'm getting a bit more when it comes to this. An easy, subtle side profile. You have staggered wheels and wider wheels at the rear. When I talk about staggered wheels, it means the wheels stick out slightly. Okay, so this one, standard, you get staggered wheels at the rear, bigger size inch rims at the rear because you're getting size 20 here. These are 285s, meaning they are wider. If you look at this car from this side, it looks like it has those hips that Mama gave people from Kisumu City. And then at the front, you're running 19 inch, okay? And these ones, nyuma ni 285, huku nafikiri ni ngapi? Let me find it, 275. So 10 millimeters less than what you'll get at the rear, which is beautiful. So if you look at this car from the front, it has that edged out, flared out rear wheel, which is just beautiful, awesome, and epic. Now the side mirror, however, gives you different vibes, and this car keeps on locking and unlocking. Let me just lock it. I don't know whether it's my key or what. Oh, let me unlock it. Perfect. Carbon fiber, beautiful, but you can get it also without carbon fiber, depending which spec you're going for, and you can get it with the same color as this one. You also get an M competition badge, M4, to remind you that you paid slightly more than a guy who bought an M4, the base model. Then you have an option of having a carbon fiber roof like this one. But also, in case you are a guy who loves sunroofs, you also get an option of getting one with a sunroof. However, the one that comes with the sunroof, it has the normal. This one is lightweight. This is lightweight carbon fiber. It reduces the weight of this car. It makes it faster because weight is a factor of power and speed. So when you have carbon fiber, it means this car is lighter. It drives slightly faster. If you get yourself with the option of a sunroof hopper, however, not only will it be slightly heavier, it will also be detuned in terms of power. So you'll not be getting the same power as guys who come without a sunroof. Okay? Again, those are choices you have to make if you get the point. Look at that side profile, my friend. Angalia side skirt. Aggressive and edgy to cut through the air as you do, drift modes. Now, this particular one that I'm standing next to comes with the X-Drive, which is the AWD system from BMW. And not only does it help you handling the power figures that this car puts out, it also gives you an option of dialing it down entirely to push the entire power to the rear wheels so that you do drift modes. And I'll tell you about something inside the car or the interior of the car or the settings of the car that actually teaches you how to drift this car, and it scores. It gives you like a score of how much good or how much bad you're doing when it comes to drifting. Now roll to the rear profile, because now this is where BMW said, you know what? All of you take a seat and let me remind you how to build a proper performance car on the rear. And that is what you get, ladies. Tell me if you've seen anything as aggressive as this on the rear. Personally, I haven't. Two exhaust tips. These are quad, 4 of them. And these are stock. This is how they come from the factory. You also get carbon fiber to accentuate and make this look just perfectly nice for racing and performance. You also get like a small ducktail that is in carbon fiber. I'm not sure whether this is extra added, but it looks like it came from the factory and it looks nice. You have your LED rear taillights. Come on. And I forgot one thing, Fabian, because I was so happy taking the juice. I forgot to tell you that at the front, the headlights, you can get them with a standard setup, which is normal for BMW LED, or you can get them with laser technology. Now, this comes with the laser technology. Bro, this is the best spec M4 competition I've seen so far. Not that I've seen any other, but this. However, there is something extra that I also want to remind you. I talked about the wheels, M Sport wheels, okay, in black. One thing I love about this car is black, and black is just vibing. And then you have your discs there, which are drilled and ventilated, and red calipers. You can also get an option of a different set of color on the calipers, depending with the color that you go with. At the front, hapa nyuma tuko na 4-port, hapa mbele tuko na 6-port, my friend. Again, bigger discs, drilled and ventilated. Let's now check out the reason why we are all here. It's because of what is under the hood. Let me click the BMW thing twice, because BMW said for you to open the hood, not only do you need to do it once, you need a second time to confirm. So here goes nothing. See? So let's talk about what is actually under the hood. Hey, my lord, my lord. So now, boys and girls, this is where this will get a bit technical. Wacha kwanza nipige. In the year 2015, BMW came up with a set of engines to make their cars more reliable, robust, and usable to anyone who will want to buy them. And those engines on the petrol sides, they go by the codename the B series. So you have the B38 for the 3-cylinder, you have the B48 for the 4-cylinder 2-liter, and then you have the B58 for the 6-cylinder 3-liter. Okay? One of the most reliable setup that we have right now on any BMW and Toyota as well, when we are buying the Supra, is of course the B58. But what do you do if you want to take the most reliable plant and churn out more power and still make people happy in terms of reliability? You take the same engine, the B58, and you add an S. So it becomes the S58. But you don't stop there. Whereas the B58 comes with a single turbo twin scrolls, you say on the S58, why don't we make them 2 turbos? So now you have 2 turbos, and they're not sequential. One is on one side, and the other one is on the other side. I don't know how they did that. And they work together to boost and give us 503 horses of this engine and 650 Newton meters of torque. Stock. And this particular one, because it has the Synos badge, I'm happy to announce to you that it's running a stage 2 tune. So we are currently pushing upwards of 600 horses on this one. But don't worry, the owner has detuned it so that it does not become a health hazard to me. So I don't need to pay a lot of money if you get the point. Pair to this engine is the 8-speed ZF transmission, torque converter, but it's working with a multi-clutch setup, meaning this car can shift faster than your normal, the guys who are proud of the DSGs. Here you have a parallel. This car can give you a run for your money. Very beautiful, easy setup. There is not much talk about in terms of reliability, because I told you this is one of the most stable platforms. Plus, whoever is buying this car, the only thing you care about is tuning this car and making excess power and maybe spinning the con roads or just making it not work for you, if you get the point. But this is one of the best platforms to tune, build power, experience, and BMW makes it better because they come in with a slightly more forgiving and open ECU for you to tune. See, come on, Mercedes. The only thing I want to do now, is get inside this car. I talk about the interior because apparently you have two configurations. You can choose this car as a performance-oriented version, or you can also get one that is a bit comfortable for daily driving. Now, clearly, you can see the seats we are playing here are not the seats that you guys are used to. Now, these are M Sport carbon fiber seats. You can get them as an option of another M Sport, which is not carbon fiber. But they say that these ones are race focused and the other one is not race focused. And I'll tell you a bit of it, just like a demonstration. If you look at those seats up chini, you can see there are actually screws there, okay? So in case you want to go on the track, you can actually open and remove this headrest so that you can wear a helmet. So that helmet is gonge ukifanya matani. You get the point? So these are for the guy who wants to go on the track and experience the beauty of what the M4 offers. But in case you're a guy who likes daily driving, and you want to move around with your M4 and show people shaggy on the road, then you can get them with another set of seats. And I'll allow Fabian to put them here so that you can see them. And they come with a variety of colors, from blue, from I don't know which shade of orange, you know. Those are the ones that Mbugwa will feel comfortable in. But for me, with my body, I'm digging these ones. Even though they have a small problem, and I cannot, this one do not have a hole here, but most of them that you'll get, zitakuwa na kashimo hapa. The only problem they have, Mr. Fabian, is you struggle to get in a little bit because they're not flexible. And they have these things that tuck you in, and then the bolsters, again, you can't adjust them, so they tuck you in quite well. But they're nice. Once you sit on them, and you're taking those corners at 200 kilometers per hour, these will work magic. For me, I think I'll keep it here. If I have the money, 15 million Kenya shillings, if you guys bless me with 15 million, I'm buying this one. This car got a facelift from 2025, but it got some few upgrades from 2023, like the infotainment. Right now we have dual screen setup, one here, and they are all digital. So, and you can customize a lot of things between them, but they're very beautiful, bright setup. They have, in fact, a driver recognition sensor here, which tells you which driver is in the car. Right now it thinks that I'm Larry, but I am not, because I am short. Larry is tall, but you get the point. So it can actually, you can save a set of drivers and it can adjust everything for you if you drive this car or come into it. M Sport steering wheel, and they've reminded you that this steering wheel, not only is it M Sport, it's also heated. There you go. So there are few touches of luxury. When you're buying this car, you think you're just buying a car that is performance oriented. But BMW are saying, no. We are giving you a car that is a beast, of course, but we're also going to put some luxury features like heated steering wheel. You have your Harman Kardon surround system up and down. Very nice DOP speakers. They sound beautiful, okay? We are running iDrive 7 upper, but I know from 2025 you can get iDrive 8. It has one curved screen, a very huge screen that just curves here. Fabian will put pictures there so you can see. Carbon fiber here. It is a very beautiful interior to be in. The only thing I miss, I wish they will have put here Alcantara. You know, the suede here, it will have been nice. Oh, the seats also have an M4 to remind you that you've paid premium and it's not an M3. It has to remind you, bro. It has to remind you. And you get these things here which your passenger can hold on in case things get haywire. You also have carbon fiber there. Have I seen it?
Yeah.
Then you have carbon fiber here. Very beautiful. Now, one thing that I wanted to confirm before we come back and talk about the performance aspect of this car. Now, unaona mwenyewe anakuanga ameweka tu hapa dragi. In fact, this one is ours. He gifted us this one, but his is this one. It's a Pro variant. It's always here. I wanted to confirm, how is it good or bad to fit into the rear seats? Because one of the biggest complaints of a coupe or the M4 has been, it's not practical. So can I? Okay. Fabian, I said I do it. So you pull that strap. This one goes down and then the seat moves by itself automatically and it gives you room. And I reckon even Waigera can fit in here. Then you go in and then you sit in. Fabian, interesting. Do you know what? I have 2 USB charging ports. I have my own climate zone here. So I can share with the guy sitting besides me at the rear. It's not actually bad. Let me see. Return it. Let the seat come back to the previous position I was sitting on. And let's be the judges and see. Look, this headroom is quite nice for a guy who is 6'2". Yeah, usijaribu kucheka my friend. Kama umeniona in person, don't. 6'2", my friend. So you see, it actually works. Very nice, and the seats are comfortable. I feel they're sunken, so they go slightly deeper, so they make you sit quite nice well. I don't get a space. Unajua zile vitu unakaanga unakaa umekaa namna hii. I think if you move your legs slightly below the front seat, nice. And it's a good place to be because I'm just staring down at carbon fiber. Come on. Siwezi wadanganya majamaa. If you guys watch these videos as much as you guys are doing, and I get the money that I pray to God that the money they give me, one day I'm buying this. I wanted to call it a bad name, but I'm buying this thing. And I'm going to carry my boy in that seat. And we are going to do a lot of good, interesting stuff. So you want to watch. At this point, I'll take the opportunity to ask you to subscribe if you haven't yet. Give me a like and leave me a comment. Because the next thing we're going to do after this is get this car on the road and drive the hell out of it. Because the owner of this car dropped this car here and said, you know what, Ibra, what time do I come for it? I said, in the evening, he said, yeah, no problem. And he just drove off. He's done that before. So that is a cue to me. Drive the hell out of that car. When I come back, don't ask for it again. So let's go do it. Boys, welcome officially to Driving with the Boys. Hey, imekuwa long since tufanye hii stuff bana. Waka na miss, we missed a performance car on the channel. Wacha kwanza niweke M, wacha downshift. Wacha downshift vizuri. Everyone. Tutafanya hapa kweli. So now boys, this is the M4, G80. Sasa hii ni G82.
Yeah, you call it the G82.
Yeah, but it technically is the same.
It's the same venye ni
moja ni coupe ingine ni Fondo. Iko sawa. Okay? Kuna vitu mnataka kuongelea juu yake because mimi I'm just waiting to the point where I can press. Okay? Pale mbele tuna run S58. I think I've already told guys
We've
that.
Talked about
Let me
S58,
keep it to English so that I can talk to my guys in Uganda, South Africa, because this apparently is the only car in East Africa. So guys in Uganda, they need to know that we are driving an M4 G82 and it's the only one in East Africa.
For real?
Yes. There is no other one. Do you have another one?
I don't think so.
No, there is no other one, bro. Let me mute this guy first. He'll wait. He has to wait. So now I have to speak in English. So Palembele S58, of course, it's running a Sinos tune, stage 2. So carbon fiber monole kwa engine bay kuna.
But this is also an option. You can get.
Yeah, you can get the ones you like, the ones you said they will tuck you in nice.
This one is tucking me actually nicely. I was complaining when we were going to the review.
But you realize
right now
you can adjust.
Let's adjust.
Now there are so many things to talk about here, but most importantly you have 3 buttons here. You have manual mode, which can switch between the display of how this thing looks. Hapa nimegundua gari paka ni nyonge. Kwa sababu umeona hapo nimegusa kidogo So ground clearance hapa is not a cup of tea that you need to take but unaona hapo tumefita fiti. Sasa hapa hii mode naweza change display. Na pia inanipatia road, inanipatia sport, na inanipatia track, which is very nice. And then niko na setup. Sasa setup hapa ndo where everything is.
Kazi kwa hapa.
You can dial this car to anything that you want. As you can see.
So you can configure everything.
Bro, you can configure the engine, the chassis,
kila kitu by itself.
Yes, wenye unataka ndo wenye unaweza amua. Na ndo hiyo hapo. Unaweza turn hii gari into a 2-wheel drive, ufanye drifts. Okay? Like you can do everything. As you can see, you can put your traction control bwana. But this car is scary in 2-wheel drive.
It's so scary.
It's scary. It's very scary. Kuna mtu sikia venye na dance. Is it the way it's dancing?
It's scary.
Bana.
But it's a good scare.
No, it's a good scare. I love it. I love it. It's scary, but you know you're playing with 15 million Kenya shillings, bro. So if you screw up by a second, you are toast, hata mtu S class anatuangalia. My lord. My lord. Fungua hapa. Hata ameondoka. He looked at the side mirror. Akaona BMW akajua it's about to go down.
Sasa mtu ameondoka hivyo.
Hako na katigua. Anashangaa what the hell?
He's like
yeah, it's about to go down.
For me?
Yes.
think
Is there anything you want to say?
I don't have anything to
Because
say, but you've said everything about this car.
yes,
It looks nice from the outside. From the outside,
it feels nice.
it feels nice on the inside.
Everything is perfect. I thought that the viewing will be bad. but
Fabian, look at Fabian, how he's seated.
For exactly.
Hebu leta nionyeshe
Yeah.
kamera yako.
Wacha waone, my friend.
I love how they are sunken.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's kitu.
Unaweza pitisha miwa ya Kisii. People say that you should talk about
Kuna isofix pia.
for
Kuna
your child.
for your kid.
Very nice. Bwana, move away from. I've never seen you happy, man.
Yeah, boy.
This one has really got
This, and then you feel how the belt is tightening you.
Yeah.
It's so.
I have a little complaint about the belt.
Uh-huh.
No, I've come over Toyota, so I'm always.
You had something to complain about.
Yeah, the belt. It's not giving me the belt like
You
I'm
talking
used
about
to.
butler belt.
Yes. Now this one is not, but I think
But this one is a truck car.
I can forgive them.
You can
say,
forget. I mean, like you'll forget it every time you.
Yeah. For whatever it's doing, I don't remember if the belt is not being handed over to me. It is okay. Forgive. I've already.
I think
In
that's
fact, let me give this boy something to.
Value for money.
Yeah. Don't find this to 100.
Don't find this to 100 kwanza.
I love to get value for money. Studio. Yeah. But you don't smile, eh? 1, 2, 3, smile. Woo. A good thing with this guy is na mafuta na inaenda. You know, he'll always smile every day. You see, have you seen? You see, people wonder what makes people happy.
What makes men happy?
Yeah, this is the answer. As you speak now, in Kenya, this is the only M4 competition. In East Africa, this is the only M4 competition. You can find an M3, G80, but G82, this is the only one.
The only one.
Yes. In this configuration, bro. Carbon fiber kila mahali. Like this is it. You want to find 0 to 100, I want to see. It's rated at 4 point something seconds. This car has been detuned, as I said earlier. The owner took off the tune so that I don't wreck it, which I thank him because kama angeiwacha lazima ningetest. So let me just confirm. Stock power, 503 horsepower, 650 Newton meters of torque. Okay. I want to see how does that handle. X drive, at least niko na all-wheel drive. So nyuma yangu. But the owner said even in all-wheel drive, because this is a rear burst all-wheel drive.
It will still.
It still dances. He said it still dances on the road because it's pushing more power
All
to the
the
rear.
power,
I believe it should be around 65 or slightly more. Because with BMW, they never really tell you how much they are pushing. They just give you a percentage approximate.
You go figure out.
Yeah, once you are on the road, that's when you realize what's up. So let's do 0 to 100. And then we talk. Do we need to talk about value for money?
Nah.
No, we are not talking about value for money. Just know, if you buy this car in this configuration, in this year, it will set you back 15 million Kenya shillings.
For me, it's value for money.
Yes. And the good thing is, we can get more where this one was found.
Yeah.
So in case you're looking into importing one, you're out there looking at this and you're like, can I try one? Please. Namba yangu ya simu iko hapa chini. This time, don't call. In fact, if you call about this car, even James will not receive the call. They will hand you over to me.
Personally.
Hey, I will deal with you personally. And we will get the second G82 in the country, for you. Or any guy in Uganda or whatever country you're in, man. I'll gladly drive this car to you.
Uganda ndio tumpelekea hadi huko.
My friend, by the time tunafika huko tutakuwa tumepitia Sinos, tumepiga stage 2, tumefanyia kila kitu. Tukimpelekea gari itakuwa sawa. Sawa? Tufanye 0 to 100 sasa. Alafu tufunge hii kipindi. Hey, this is not your kawaida. Hey. Wacha tufanye 0 to 100. Tumesema tufanye 0 to 100 mara ngapi? Fabian, put a counter all the time. Sawa. Now this is why you buy the M4. Can hear your corner. Gari with a dance.
It's dancing, you can feel it.
Dancing one, yes. This one you cannot give it to an amateur. One mistake, no, you are toast. Bro, 103. 103 kwa corner. What? Man, I think I'm ready for 0 to 100.
Kama iko ime-warm up.
Now we are ready. So now, I don't know whether there's any other setting, but we want to do it in the most stock configuration ever.
So like a normal park.
Yeah, no, I'm sport, all the things
Oh,
are
kila
sport
kitu kwa
plus.
sport.
Nimewaambia niwaonesha hapa. Tuko hapa, kila kitu iko juu, simliona. Sport plus, kila kitu iko juu. 4-wheel drive, okay. Foot on the brake, accelerator, and release. And 100.
4.3 seconds!
Honestly, show them.
4.3 seconds!
Draghi certified. Is it verified?
4.3
Yes.
4.3 seconds.
Yes, my friend. I felt my legs leaving me. Hey, 4.3 is good. So that means I'll ask the owner. We will put there the record he scored with a normal, like if he's running the tune. But no, it must be lower than 4.3 because right now we are pushing 503. Now, let's talk about a few things that ukisikia competition badge iko kwa gari. We are running a competition differential pale nyuma, like an M differential. Okay,
so it's different,
bro. That is what can handle this power and control it and manage it well. If you put there any other differential, kulonju unasikia tu
unaacha miguu nyuma,
unaachana na unasikia drive shafts zimeenda kila kitu. Okay, of course the X drive is also enhanced. It's not your normal X drive you get like on a normal car, BMW. We get away from the carbon fiber and all that, the wheels, everything here is enforced for a competition. Bro, how do we sign this one off? Can we sign off with, I don't know.
Turudi tena.
Turudi to one.
Mwanisa ngapi? Tuko na 30.
Unamaliza mafuta. You guys are ready?
Yes.
We sign off this in style.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes! Yes, baby! Guys, subscribe! Guys, it's dancing! So there you go. That is the epic story of the M4 G82. A car that has so much character in terms of performance, but offers a lot more in terms of luxury. Like, I could see the 360 camera degrees in there. I could see how practical the rear boot space is. I could see even heated seats inside there. Come on, for a car that gives me all that power and that beauty in driving, 15 million Kenya shillings. I am buying it. See you on the next one. Remember to share, like, subscribe, and give me a comment. Which other car do you want to see on the channel? It has been a long time since we did a performance car, and this feels like a breath of fresh air. So see you on the next one, and bye-bye.